It is Saturday the 18th of April 2020. I'm on what we call the mill patch. It's right on the edge of the Winnies, and it's a place where, if there was ever a medieval watermill in this area, it would have been on this spot here, because it's just ideal for it. I have absolutely no evidence for a building like that being here, but it just lends itself to that. So that's why we call it the mill plot. But the reason I'm actually here today is because of a huge gooseberry bush that's on this patch here. This is it, and I've actually been taking cuttings from it today because we have a lot of space that we want to fill at the top of our small holding. The space we want to fill with soft fruit, and gooseberries are very easy to grow. They help look after themselves. And at the top of the field we have a public footpath. We're quite happy for it to be there, but we want to sort of effectively create a barrier between the path and the rest of the field, so that people aren't walking over our land except along the footpath, and dogs aren't running free. So we've been taking cuttings from these. And what we aim to do is get this lot planted up into tubs and into compost. And the thing about gooseberries is that they send out the root system a lot easier. It's a lot easier to grow because you can see it when the branches touch the ground. They start sprouting new roots. So we're hoping to be able to get a good number of these planted up, and we'll get them rooting first, then we'll get them planted up on the field. But of course that sort of soft fruit barrier will create an additional crop for us. Soft fruit is actually quite a good money spinner. I suppose yes it is. It's a cash crop for us, in the sense that we turn it into preserves and we sell them as part of our income. And if we get sufficient next year, then it will be one of the crops that we would sell in little tubs at markets in the area. But the main priority would be to pick them to turn into things like ketchup, jam, chutney and so on, so we create a value added to it, and that way we obviously be able to boost our income. As I say, if some of them are left over, then we will sell them as fresh fruit. So these are the cuttings I've made in a bucket of water for the time being. We'll get them into compost in the next day or so.